Everyone talks about fear. People say, I'm afraid to start. I'm afraid to fail. I'm afraid I'm not ready. But here's the truth. Fear is not the reason most people never change. Most people never grow because they don't believe they can. That is the invisible barrier holding countless lives in place. Not fear, not talent, not circumstances. It is the belief. Maybe I'm not capable of becoming more. Today, we're going to break that belief apart. Not with cliches, not with empty hype, but with truth, psychology, and the real inner mechanics of transformation. Because once you understand what really stops you, you unlock the doorway to your next identity. Let's begin. People think change starts with motivation, routines, goals, habits. But those are just behaviors. The real beginning of change is identity. Your life is shaped by one question. What do I believe about myself? Not who your family says you are. Not who society says you are. Not who you were in the past. Who do you believe you are? Because every decision, every habit, every step, every victory, all of it comes from identity. Most people stay the same not because they lack opportunity, but because their mind rejects the possibility of being someone new. There is a prison that most people never escape. It has no walls, no guards, no locks. The prison is belief. We hold ourselves back with lines like, I'm just not good at that. That's not who I am. I'm too old to change. I've always been this way. People like me don't win. None of these sentences are facts. They are mental chains. And the most dangerous part, they feel true, even when they are not. Self-doubt convinces you that your current identity is permanent. But identity is not a destiny. It is a decision. And the moment you challenge the belief, this is who I am, you take the first step toward becoming someone new. People don't avoid failure because they fear pain. They avoid failure because it threatens their beliefs. If you believe, I'm not capable, trying is dangerous, because failure confirms the belief. So the mind protects itself, not by helping you succeed, but by stopping you from trying. In psychology, it's called identity preservation. The brain would rather keep you stuck than change who you believe you are. That's why most people don't take action, not because they don't want success, but because they don't think they can survive failure. Here is the loop that traps millions. I don't believe I can change, so I don't try. So nothing happens, so I feel stuck, so I lose confidence, so I believe even more that I can't change. That loop is not powered by fear, it is powered by belief, because whether you try or not is decided by only one question. Do I believe I can? And here's the truth most people miss. Action doesn't build belief. Belief triggers action. Until you break the belief, the loop never ends. Tell someone, you need to work harder. They might try. Tell someone, you have potential. They might believe it for a moment. But tell someone, you can change your identity, and you give them the key to transforming their entire life. Humans don't fear failure. They fear confirmation of the belief, I'm not good enough. So they protect the belief by avoiding effort. It's not laziness, it's self-protection. That's why success starts with permission. Permission to try, permission to grow, permission to be imperfect. Self-belief is the foundation beneath everything. Confidence is not the starting point. Confidence is the byproduct of effort. People think successful people started confident. They didn't. They started willing to try, willing to fail, willing to improve. Confidence comes after these events, not before. So instead of asking, how do I get confident? Ask, what do I need to believe to begin? Because action without belief is impossible, but belief leads to action every time. We all know someone who says, he's just naturally gifted. She was born successful, but this is just another disguise for self-limitation. Talent is overrated. Belief is underestimated. Michael Jordan wasn't cut from the team because he lacked talent. He lacked self-belief. He said, "I had to learn to believe in myself." That's the hidden truth of every great story. The hero always believes before the world does. Greatness is built from the inside out. Willpower fades, motivation fades, energy fades, but identity endures. Identity says, "This is who I am." And the human brain protects identity with everything it has. If you see yourself as disciplined, you act disciplined. Capable, you become capable. Weak, you live weak. Identity shapes action. Action shapes results. Results reinforce identity. This is the loop of transformation. Change the identity, and you change the loop. Your past is a terrible predictor of your future, but your mind believes the past is the truth. Your past says, "You failed once, so you'll fail again." But the past is not destiny. The past is experience. And experience is a teacher, not a prison. The world is full of people who were once broken, once afraid, once unprepared, but they became someone new. Not because they erased the past, because they refused to let the past define their identity. Self-belief does not mean success comes fast. Growth is messy. Growth is uncertain. Growth requires discomfort. Most people quit because they think, "If I was really capable, this would be easier." But growth is not supposed to feel easy. It is supposed to feel different. Different is uncomfortable. Uncomfortable is unfamiliar. And the brain confuses unfamiliar with danger. The truth? Discomfort is the signal you're becoming someone new. People think change is about learning a new skill, joining a gym, starting a business, reading books. But change is first about becoming someone who believes they deserve a better life. Because once someone believes, "I can grow," habits, effort, discipline, and consistency all become possible. Self-belief activates effort. Effort activates confidence. Confidence activates growth. And just like that, the loop reverses. The brain doesn't need massive proof. It just needs evidence. One small win can destroy years of doubt, because identity is shaped by repetition. Every time you try, you tell your mind, "I am capable." Every time you finish, you prove, "I am reliable." Every time you take the next step, you confirm, "I can grow." And with every victory, belief grows stronger. Not through success, through consistency. It's not because they lack opportunity. It's not because they don't have the ability. It's not because they lack talent. They remain the same because they never challenge the belief, "This is who I am." They stay loyal to an old identity. They choose familiar over growth. They protect their past over their future. And the world doesn't hold them back. Their belief does. The greatest war of your life is against one sentence, "I can't." Not because it's true, but because it shapes your decisions. Your mind is always listening to you. So when you say, "I'm not a confident person," your brain says, "Okay, let's act accordingly." When you say, "I'm not capable," your brain says, "Okay, let's avoid effort." But when you say, "I can learn," your brain activates growth. One sentence changes the direction of your life. Fear shows up after a belief is formed. If a person believes, "I'm not capable," fear steps in and says, "Then don't try." Fear was never the problem. Fear was only the messenger. It was protecting identity. That's why people who believe in themselves still feel fear, but they move anyway. The people who change their lives do not eliminate fear. They neutralize it. Fear loses its power when the belief changes, because fear does not stop growth. Fear stops those who do not believe they can grow. The human brain loves survival more than success. It prefers stability over improvement. So it creates systems to keep you the same: routines, habits, personality traits, beliefs. This is called homeostasis. Your brain would rather keep you stuck where it feels safe than allow you to change. So even when you want success, your brain fights you. Not because you're weak, not because you lack ambition, because your brain believes change is dangerous. That's why belief must change first. Not habits, not actions, not environment, belief. The human brain loves survival more than success. It prefers stability over improvement. So it creates systems to keep you the same: routines, habits, personality traits, beliefs. This is called homeostasis. Your brain would rather keep you stuck where it feels safe than allow you to change. So even when you want success, your brain fights you. Not because you're weak, not because you lack ambition, because your brain believes change is dangerous. That's why belief must change first. Not habits, not actions, not environment, belief. There is one question that determines your future more than any other. Who do I believe I can become? Not who you are now, not who you've been, who you can become. If your answer is small, your future becomes small. If your answer is limited, your life becomes limited, because your identity sets the ceiling of your potential. The most successful people in history didn't just believe in a goal, they believed in who they were becoming. That is the real source of change. Every transformation begins with what psychologists call cognitive reframing. It means rewriting your mental story. The old story says, "I can't." The new story says, "I am capable of learning." This single identity shift changes everything. It opens doorways your old identity could never see. Because when identity expands, possibility expands. The brain stops avoiding effort. The brain stops avoiding failure. The brain stops avoiding responsibility. And it starts moving forward. Most people avoid effort because effort exposes them. Effort reveals weaknesses, mistakes, lack of knowledge, lack of skill. But when you believe in growth, effort becomes the escape from limitation. Because effort means I'm becoming someone new. That's why growth-minded people chase difficulty. They don't fear challenge. They use challenge as evidence. I am evolving. Effort becomes the proof of identity. Most people think they need a massive belief overhaul. You don't. Growth begins with one small shift, from I can't to maybe I can. That tiny shift is enough to change behavior. It is enough to begin trying. It is enough to create momentum. It is enough to unlock possibility. Identity doesn't need perfection. It just needs direction. The moment you try to improve, your old identity will resist. It whispers, "Stay who you are." It's too late to change. You're not that kind of person. But resistance is not a sign you're failing. Resistance is a sign you are evolving. Your old identity feels threatened because the old self must die for the new self to be born, and that death is uncomfortable. But every transformation requires sacrifice, the sacrifice of who you used to be. This is the most hopeful truth of all. Self-belief is not personality. Self-belief is not genetics. Self-belief is not magic. Self-belief is a skill, and like any skill, you build it, you strengthen it, you improve it. The more you act with belief, the more belief grows. The more you show up, the more confidence follows. Confidence is earned through repetition. You did not choose your childhood. You did not choose your past. But you choose your identity. Your identity is not fate. Your identity is not destiny. Your identity is not a permanent label. Identity is a decision you make repeatedly. I am capable of becoming someone more. And the moment you choose a stronger identity, you begin to live differently. Not someday, not eventually, immediately. Why change feels like an internal war? Because it is. Growth is not gentle. Growth is not passive. Growth is not comfortable. Growth is a battle between who you are and who you want to become. The old self wants safety. The new self wants potential. They will fight. That internal war is the price of evolution. But every battle moves you closer to the person you were meant to be. The transformational loop. There is a loop that creates greatness. It looks like this. Believe you can change. Take the first step. Struggle. Learn. Improve. Repeat. This loop builds mental muscle. The more times you complete the loop, the stronger you become. Growth is not an event. Growth is a cycle. How to break out of your old self. You don't destroy your old identity by fighting it. You destroy it by starving it. Don't feed the doubts. Don't feed the limitations. Don't feed the excuses. Starve them by taking small steps of belief. Every step you take weakens the old identity. Every step you take strengthens the new one. There is only one rule: never stop stepping. Your past is not a prison. Your past is not a prediction. Your past is a lesson. Your past taught you what doesn't work, what hurts, what needs changing, where to grow. People who never change spend their lives hiding from the past, but people who transform learn from it. They use it as fuel. There is a moment in every great person's life when something awakens inside them. A voice that says, "I don't have to accept this anymore." That voice is the warrior identity. The warrior doesn't avoid fear. The warrior doesn't avoid struggle. The warrior doesn't avoid difficulty. The warrior moves forward anyway, because the warrior believes, "I am capable." That belief is the foundation of growth. That belief is the beginning of transformation. Success is not built on talent, intelligence, luck. Success is built on identity. Identity says, "I will keep going." And that is the one trait every successful person shares. They keep going. They adapt. They grow. They believe in who they can become. That belief turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results. There is a turning point in every person's life. The moment you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What does this make me capable of?" That is the moment belief shifts. That is the moment identity transforms. That is the moment growth begins. It is not the world that changes. It is you. There is a sentence that has changed more lives than any other. I can learn. This sentence turns failure into feedback, weakness into opportunity, mistakes into direction. Learning is proof of growth. Learning is proof of potential. Learning is proof of identity. Anyone who is willing to learn is capable of becoming someone new. If you want a different life, you must tell a different story. Not the story of, "I failed before." The story of, "I can improve." Not the story of, "I'm not ready." The story of, "I will grow into the person who is." Your story shapes your belief. Your belief shapes your identity. Your identity shapes your destiny. What truly changes your life? It's not a book. It's not a coach. It's not motivation. It is the decision. I am not finished. The moment you believe you can become someone new, the old story begins to die, and your future begins to take shape. Not from circumstance, from belief. There is something in your life right now, a fear, a dream, a weakness, a limitation. Not because you are incapable, but because you are meant to grow beyond it. Your future is not waiting for the world to change. Your future is waiting for you to believe. You don't need to know how. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to believe. I can grow. That belief will change your actions, your habits, your thoughts, your identity, your life. The real reason people don't change has never been fear. It has always been belief. Change begins when belief begins. And the moment you say, "I am capable of becoming more," you start becoming someone new. So take the next step. Break the cycle. Rewrite the identity. Because your life is not decided by who you were, but by who you believe you can become. Subscribe to Awaken Mindset because every video helps you break old limits, rebuild self-belief, and step into the strongest version of yourself. Here, you don't just stay inspired, you evolve. You deserve a life that reflects your true potential. Begin that journey with us.